Jack's getting above himself. Now, there's all kinds of methods for people who want to give up smoking. There's nicotine chewing gum, hypnotism. Every morning, my aunt used to pour a gallon of petrol over herself. The idea being that she couldn't light up without turning herself into a human fireball. Didn't stop her. You'd be reading a book and suddenly there'd be an explosion behind the garden shed. She was doing that 30 to 40 times a day. Well, I suppose it gave her something to talk about in casualty, you know. Now, I'd hate to give up smoking because I don't smoke. So, to give up smoking, I'd have to start, and, I don't know, I've tried starting smoking, I just haven't got the willpower. I've tried suddenly starting. I've tried gradually increasing the number of cigarettes I smoke each day, you know, cutting up. But I just can't get the hang of it. Sometimes I find myself not having a cigarette and then not having another one immediately afterwards. I'm probably not smoking 50 to 60 cigarettes a day. There's a bloke down the pub who's had surgery to stop him smoking. He's had his lips sewn together. Still carried on smoking. Used to shove his fags up his nose and smoke them like that. So the doctors got hold of him and they shoved some cavity foam insulation up there. But he still carried on smoking. And it wasn't through his ears either, I can tell you. He'd be sitting on a bus and everybody would wonder where the smoke rings were coming from. Nobody else had a drag off his fag, I can tell you. In the end, he was cured by acupuncture. It was brilliant, you know. They stuck some needles in his eyes, he went blind, he couldn't find his fags anymore.
You've done a really good job up here, Alan. It's absolutely wonderful.
Well, Bill, you know, I've always wanted a roof garden. It's been hard work, but worth it in the end. More tea?
Oh, thanks very much.
Hurry up.
It won't wind on. Here, mate, can I borrow your camera for a minute?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Thanks very much. Come in, let's go and see the pelicans.
Got any rabbit?
Yes, well, I got fresh rabbit.
How fresh is it?
It's very fresh.
Oh, I'll take one of those then, please.
Right. There'll be one along in a minute.
Will there?
Oh, yes, they're quite regular. Oh, nearly got him. Don't worry, I'll get him the next time he comes around. Don't you worry about that.
If fresh is too much trouble, I'll have frozen.
No, if you want fresh, you can have fresh.
That was my fault, wasn't it?
No, I should have been paying attention. I've been doing the job long enough.
Actually, I don't think I will have rabbit. I've changed my mind.
You sure you don't want rabbit?
No.
Are you absolutely certain you don't want rabbit?
I'm certain. All right, I will then. No, I have definitely changed my mind. I'll have half a dozen lamb chops.
Lamb chops? I'll get the big bat then. I hear they're building a branch line off the Channel Tunnel and it's going to come right through here. So I thought, well, it's about time I learnt a European language.
Puis-je utiliser votre garage?
Can I use your garage?
Can I use your garage? I reckon I'll be fluent in a week.
Hey, fella, that sure is a fine range of candy you have there.
Hang on, I'll get my phrase book. Say, fella, that's a fine range of candy you got there. Can you tell me the way to Piccadilly Circus? Yes, yes, go down here, turn left, third on the right, OK?
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, buddy, I think you, buddy. You call me that again and I'll smack you one. Well, there's nothing to this language, Lark, is there? It's a piece of cake.
Excusez-moi, monsieur. Est-ce que vous avez quelque chose que je pourrais acheter pour nettoyer ma voiture que j'ai laissée chez moi en France il y a quelques semaines? Ou peut-être vous voudrez la me nettoyer vous-même si vous n'avez pas beaucoup à faire aujourd'hui ou demain?
Can I use your garage?
Vraiment, oui, merci, bien sûr.
How's that?
No, it's still blurred.
What about now?
No. That's it, hold it there. Well, your new career is going to be a tremendous success.
Oh, that's good.
And in 17 months' time, you're going to meet the man of your dreams, Roy, and you're going to be married.
Married?
Yes, to Simon.
What happened to Roy?
Well, it wouldn't be fair for me to tell you that, but if I were you, I wouldn't go hang gliding with him, all right?
Thank you, Mr. Shannon.
That's all right. Come through, please, would you, Jenny?
I was on my way anyway, sir.
Yes, I know.
These are Paul's winnings for the week, Mr. Shannon.
Oh, just put them down there, would you? No, on second thoughts, put them on Laughing Boy, running in the 3:30 at Redcar. It'll come in at 8 to 1 after Steward's inquiry.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and phone the police and tell them there's a bank raid planned for 10:30 in Anscott Road. Now, on second thought, phone Frank Sledgehammer McCoy, tell him the police have been tipped off. That'll save everybody a lot of bother.
Right, sir.
Oh, and take tomorrow afternoon off because your sister's paying you a surprise visit from Australia.
Oh, yes, sir, I will.
Good afternoon, sir. My name's...
Inspector Lorimer, isn't it?
Yes, that's right, sir. Well done. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we do need your help. This is urgent. This man was abducted yesterday evening. Now, his kidnappers are going to kill him in 6 hours' time unless we can find some
He's
sort of...
being held at 15 Albert Terrace, back bedroom, and he's tied to the radiator.
Well, thanks very much
The
indeed,
back
sir.
bedroom will be redecorated in 6 weeks' time by the firm of Dibdin and Sons. George Dibdin will go bankrupt in 5 years' time when he blows all his money in a whistle factory. His son Alan will be happy until he goes to Las Vegas and loses his sexual organs in a car game. Mrs. Dibdin leaves her job at the post office when she discovers a new planet. But she goes back to the post office when she realises she can get £3.50 an hour selling stamps, but all she gets for discovering a new planet is a letter from the Queen with the words "Well done" written on it.
Thank you, Mr. Shannon, but I really must be going.
Oh, but I haven't warned you about your skiing accident.
Ah, well, that's just where you're wrong, Mr. Shannon, because I don't go skiing and I've no intention of doing so. Still, I don't suppose you can be right every time.
I told you so. Come in, Mr. Strong.
You don't know me, but I've heard about your wonderful powers of fortune-telling and telepathy. And
I think this is what you're looking for. It's a complete description of your life from now till the day you die.
But it says here I die a lingering death in 3 years.
Oh, I can't help that.
This is unbearable. I can't live with this knowledge. I can't go on. It's too much. It's just too much.
Mr. Shannon, something awful's happened. You've given Mr. Strong the wrong file. This is his.
Oh, let's have a look. Commit suicide by jumping out a 5th floor window. I really got to send him the bill on that one.
I must say, the uniform's certainly a very good fit.
Yes, sir. The Escape Committee have done a wonderful job.
You've got your letters of identification in the name of Herr Heinrich Gerhardt.
Yes, sir.
And you've got your travel papers, your letters of authorization, and your railway ticket to Dusseldorf.
Yes, sir.
Well, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Send us
good
a
luck,
postcard,
sir.
Simon.
Thanks, Piccadilly Circus.
You see written on tombstones, not dead, only sleeping. That's a cruel trick to play on somebody. I was kidnapped once. I was walking down the street, minding my own business, and this bloke suddenly grabbed me, dragged me into this car, blindfolded me and drove off. And we drove around for hours and I didn't have a clue where I was. And then I suddenly remembered those old episodes of The Saint, you know, where somebody gets kidnapped and they listen for clues outside the car to give them, you know, some idea of their whereabouts. So we're driving along, and after a couple of hours, the car stopped. And over here, I heard the sound of church bells in the distance. And over here, the sound of horse's hoof on cobbled stone. Well, horse's hooves, I should have said, you know, unless it's a one-legged horse, horse's hoof. It might have been a one-legged horse, I didn't know, you know. Or, I suppose horse's hooves might have been 4 one-legged horses. I was blindfolded. And back here, I heard a voice, a man's voice, say, "Is this 27 Albert Terrace? London SW11? And another voice said, "No." That's the 3rd time I've hit that pillow. I bought a satellite dish the other day. It's wonderful. It's a brand new system called TVC15, and you get a brilliant picture because the satellite orbits the Earth at a height of 15 feet. I mean, there are drawbacks. You get a marvellous picture while the satellite's directly overhead, but you lose it once it goes past the shed next door. So if you're watching a really good programme, you've got to put the TV set into a wheelbarrow and run along the street after the satellite. Last Christmas, I watched Lawrence of Arabia all the way through, and my wife had to pick me up from Bavaria. And I've just bought one of those hi-fi television sets, you know. I watch Little and Large in Nicam digital stereo. And it's wonderful because if you turn the volume up on one channel, all you can hear is Eddie Large. But if you turn the volume up on the other channel, all you can hear is Eddie Large. And watching Kilroy Silk's good fun. I saw a woman on it the other day, wonderful way of arguing she had. Somebody said, "Oh, I don't think we should have a royal family." And this woman said, "Oh, so you don't want a royal family, eh? What do you want to do then? Bring back Hitler, is that it?" I mean, you've got to admire stupidity like that, haven't you? To be against the royal family is pro-Hitler, you know. I'd hate to go round her house. Do you want some toast? Not for me, thanks. Oh, so you don't want toast? What do you want to eat then, eh? Human excrement, is that it? Introducing the Abominator, an all-purpose, self-contained home gymnasium. This scientifically designed Abominator quickly reduces unsightly tummy bulge. The unique Abominator also tones up those tired old back muscles. And for all-over fitness, how about this? Indoor swimming. Use the Abominator for building up those arm muscles, or for chopping vegetables. Say goodbye to all these, and replace it with this. It cuts. It carves. And look. But where's the shell? It's magic. Ideal for barbecues. And there's more. Teach your cat to play the piano. Contact the dead. Combat drug abuse. And remember, the Abominator is not available in the shops. And when you buy one, you'll know why.
I've just had a signal from HMS Hercules. There are a large number of U-boats in the area.
Excellent. It's about time this crew saw some action. Steer 190.
Steer 190, sir.
Correction, steer 271.
Steer 271, sir.
Excuse me, sir, if we steered north, we could make a sweep of the entire area.
Yes, good idea. Steer 015.
Hang on a minute. I don't know which way we're facing now. Can't we go back to Portsmouth and start again?
Look, just do it, will you, sailor? Half ahead, both engines.
Half head, both engines. This is a terrible part, you know. Hey, look, I haven't even got a proper jumper on, look. That's naval cuts for you, isn't it? I just repeat everything he says. I didn't even bother learning me lines.
Slow ahead, port.
Slow head, port. You could have got a parrot to do this. Look, my mate could have done that. Look, slow head, port.
You know, number one, I sometimes think there are no real winners in war.
Of course, he's been to drama school, you know. He's done a special course on how to act in a submarine, how to look dignified underwater. I'd have asked for his money back if I was him.
Are you married, number one?
No, sir.
Damned lucky. You only have yourself to worry about.
Enemy ship directly overhead, sir. Now, that's what I call drama. Can I get acting work? Can I get acting work? No.
Enemy ship overhead! Cut all engines!
Well, at least they're not dropping depth charges.
Switch over to emergency lighting!
Now, what I don't understand is every time there's an explosion, the lights go off. And then we switch over to emergency lighting. Why don't we have the emergency lighting on in the first place? Chuck all this other stuff, it's useless.
Level tact! We're taking her to the bottom.
40 fathoms. 45 fathoms. 50 fathoms.
Oh, I can't keep this up. Yeah. It's doing my back in. Yeah, I'll lean like this for a change. Yeah, that's better. Anybody who switches on now will wonder what's going on, won't they? Hey, look, this will confuse them. Here we are. Look. Now, don't try that at home.
Signal from HMS Hercules, sir. Apparently it was them who dropped 2 depth charges by mistake.
2? But there's only been 1.
I was in an open boat for 5 weeks, and if I'd been on my own with no one to talk to, I'd have gone stark staring mad. Do you fancy a biscuit?
I don't mind if I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just arrived at London King's Cross. Will passengers please make sure that they have all their belongings with them when they leave the train? Thank you.
Come on out now, Hinton. You haven't got a chance.
It's no use. He's just refusing to talk to us.
Don't worry, here comes Inspector Wainwright. He's just done a training course in police negotiations.
Come on out now, Hinton. You haven't got a chance.
Have you ever been hit by a shower of fish? I haven't, but I know a bloke who was. About a year ago, I joined the SAS. Before that, I belonged to the Territorial Army, which is great as long as war's declared at the weekend or at a bank holiday. The SAS have got the toughest training programme in the world. You're trained to kill a man with just your little finger. You use it to pull the trigger on a Kalashnikov rifle. Now, about a year ago, I was leading this secret mission. Now, when we got to the airstrip, the commanding officer told us that we were a suicide squad, right? If it came to it, we had to kill ourselves rather than be captured by the enemy. My mate Bill didn't want to take any chances, so he hung himself before we got on the plane. They found him in the gents' toilet, swinging from the roller towel. Still, there was no time to stop for casualties. We just wiped our hands on him and got on the plane. Anyway, about 2 hours later, we're flying over a remote part of the British countryside when the order came to jump. Now, the most dangerous part of any parachute jump is the last 8 feet. That's why I always took a stepladder. Things went wrong right from the start. Some of us were blown miles off course.
Are you sure these chairs are safe, dear?
Look, I know how to put up a deck chair without it collapsing.
But despite these setbacks, I made my way to the agreed rendezvous. I'm afraid I've got some rather bad news about Nugent.
So?
His stepladder didn't open.
What bit was there, so?
Completely useless. The first job of any fighting unit is to build a latrine. Pretty soon our rations ran out and it was up to me to catch breakfast for the rest of the men. But the men were still hungry, and in a desperate attempt to get some food, we caught a rabbit. Then we sent the rabbit down to the shops to get some pizzas. And so we set off on our mission. 3 days and 3 nights we marched over open country, marching over mountains, marching under streams. From the Arctic Circle to the Sahara Desert, we marched and marched and marched. Until at last, it was time to open our sealed orders.
Don't march anywhere.
We were now only 300 yards from our target. But the problem was how to get past the security. It was then that I had an idea. Luckily, I'd remembered to pack the regimental paddling pool.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you. And there, up in the window, was my target. It was now or never. I'm stuck with this fish now. Does anybody want it?
I'll have it, mate.
You can have chips with that.
Not likely. This is my brother-in-law.
It could happen.